It's not live yet, but it will be live. And now we're live. I'm sorry, is that like invasive? I'm like all in your face. I just met you the other I'm invasive.
I'm invasive.
Inception with invasive.
You're live now.
It's liveception.
Liveception.
Are you living?
I am living.
Oh shit, you're
wanna
living
live
while
my
I'm
live?
live? Oh wow. I'm gonna
Oh
live.
my god.
Look at that live living. That's amazing. I love it. Is he living too?
He's going to live.
Oh, you're gonna live. Okay, we're all gonna live. Now, how do I flip it? Do y'all know how to flip this shit?
Double tap the screen. Oh, never mind. This over here. More. Or, sorry, not that. Enhance? Yes, click enhance and then.
Oh. Why is it gotta be so... There we go. Why'd it have to be so silly? Hi, everybody. Is anybody here? I tried to go live earlier, but I needed a better internet connection, so I now have a better...
Yeah, no,
Hey, Sickness.
I share your criticism.
We're live, Sickness. Did you do Jegaysus makeup? You look awesome. Can I show your... Yes, show it. I love that lipstick. Okay, okay.
Great. It's multiple things. You know where DrTimeWaster2.0 is?
No, I do not. He was just up there, but probably getting water or something, I would assume.
If you see him, can you ask him to live stream?
Oh, yeah, I still gotta
To start a live stream?
Yeah, to do a live stream on his channel.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
My heart.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you going to go up?
Jegaysus made a joke about me going up, but I'm just like freaking stuff. I
Okay.
haven't seen you in a while.
Awesome.
I texted you, I was like,
Hey, hello, everybody.
I saw,
Hey, Anna.
I saw
Hi,
you
Seattle
only this
Serenity.
morning, and that was it.
So we're at the convention,
Yeah.
AACon 2022, and I've met a bunch of friends here from TikTok, and it's been amazing. I'm so excited to actually meet people in real life. I didn't think I'd like these weirdos, but they're kind of cool. Wait, this guy I met this guy. I just followed you, literally. Yesterday? Or Thursday?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. But now we're best friends. And I shared the blood of Jesus with him, so... Oh, sickness? Sickness? Or... Oh.
Sickness/Alex.
Yeah. Kristen? Hello? Is that your online name?
It's Kristen_EL.
Okay, that's right. I just want to make sure I'm not saying anybody's...
Yeah.
And yours is...
Jerry.
That's right, okay. Jerry.
Jerry.
This is Jerry. My pal Jerry. My pal Kristen. Right over here. Jerry? Jerry has been outdressing me. AtheistChico. I'm sorry, there's AtheistChico over there, y'all. There's Kevin. You see Kevin? Boop. I just booped Kevin right in the old head. Boop.
Come on in, guys. Cast button. We're starting the panel here just in a minute.
A peach.
We got permission to
Oh, I'm very Jesus-like. How dare you? Fuck you. Bullshit. Oh, hi.
I'm just like Jesus. Fuck you.
IBlameBill. Hi.
We're waiting.
DrTimeWaster. DrTimeWaster. I won't get hugs in there. Oh, and you know this guy. Choo choo. AtheistUnderground. Oh, you brought it. Yes. I love it. That's awesome. They said we could go live, just FYI, if you wanted to. Yeah, they said you're allowed to. Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to flip it around, y'all. I don't know what the F I'm doing. I'm sorry. Pardon me.
We're about to have
Oh, this is the Atheist Convention of 2022. American Atheists. Hold on. I'm going to flip it around. I'm
a
sorry.
rambunctious collection
Help me, Jesus.
of TikTokers. You know what the collective noun for a bunch of TikTokers is?
TikTok eye?
TikTok.
TikToky?
A murder of TikTokers.
Yes.
On stage here, in a moment, I wanted to mention one quick thing for when they wrap up in about an hour and 15 minutes, hour 10 minutes, at 6 o'clock, because there's a room change in the program. For those who purchased VIP tickets or are participating in the VIP event at 6 o'clock, we will be in the room, the Highlands room, which is
that's
down the
Dadpool.
escalator or stairs.
And that's Debbie on the stage.
Down the stairs.
I believe. Black Jeep. Be on the alert for a black Jeep. Woo! Captain, are you?
So as you guys know, we are TikTokers. Due to our TikTok nature, every single one of these guests are going to answer your questions in 3 minutes or less. That's the rule. Getting a little bit of feedback. Okay, so I just want to do a quick intro. If you would like to turn to your pamphlets on page, what was it, 26?
Open your Bibles.
Yeah, 23, I'm sorry. If you'd like to turn to page 23 on your
Lowercase.
You okay? Okay, good. So, to the left of me right now is, I guess it's to your right, whatever. This is Eve Was Framed. Eve is known on TikTok as Eve Was Framed, and she just reached 66.6 thousand.
Yes! Hail Satan!
Eve, would you like to tell us about what kind of content you create and what brought you to TikTok?
What brought me to TikTok?
Take it up a little bit.
Sorry, not that short. So my family are evangelical local ministers. They're somewhat prominent in the charismatic world, and it's close enough.
You're louder. Yeah. Bring it up. Pick it up a little bit.
Is this better?
I don't know if it's on.
Check 1, 2.
We don't do microphones when we make TikToks, so my family, I come from an evangelical background, and I was speaking out on Facebook initially, but my family's ministry was also posting stuff on Facebook. So my things were getting copy and pasted to their hundreds of thousands of followers, and I was like, I gotta get out of here because this is really toxic. And I just wanted a safe place to share my story and kind of be anonymous. Eve is not my real name. Most of us don't use our real names for safety. And so I had been watching TikTok all during the pandemic and making whipped coffee and looking at recipes and all of that. So I was like, why don't I use this skill, that is not a skill, of learning how to make TikToks and start talking about my story. And so I got in on the deconstruction ex-evangelical side of TikTok before I got on the atheist side of things. So Witch Talk was very welcoming to me, the progressive Christian side, so I made a bunch of different friends. And so my content, while I'm an atheist and now I've gotten into more activism, I'm trying to remove the stigma of what it means to be an atheist, because the common comment that I get is, you're an atheist? you're nice, and you're a girl, and you're, talking about normal things as well. So that's, a lot of my content is just about normalizing atheism, making it seem like not a scary thing, and showing that we have morals. And I also talk a lot about deconstructing your faith, and because we can't just deconvert when we've grown up in an evangelical culture. We have to also, realize what we believed and why we believed it. So that's what my content is all about.
Perfect. You actually just hit 3 minutes. Okay, next we have who is known as Jeff, the atheist troll. Jeff is on his 14th TikTok account. He normally gets banned around 10,000, but the highest I believe he's ever had was 14 at some given point. Would you like to tell us about your content?
Sure. I make content to upset Christians by asking them to read their Bible. And I have really fringe beliefs like slavery is wrong.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I make content.
Final answer.
Yeah, so I would consider myself a person that asks people questions, and I get upset because I ask them to read what they preach. And I give people the same energy they give me. So if you're going to use a logical fallacy to prove your point, I'll just make up my own to, continue that argument. So a lot of people up here are very well educated. They have great backgrounds. They can come up with extremely intellectual responses. That's not me. I go the low road. So if you have an argument that is too below you to discuss, I'm the Dark Knight. Can you bring it to me?
We tag Jeff.
Yeah.
Tag Jeff. Perfect, actually. So, everybody kind of knows the middle guy. He is known as Jegaysus to us. Jegaysus is one of our micro celebrities. He's a lovely, lovely person, mind you. He is sitting currently at 234.2 thousand followers. And reaches out to multiple communities within TikTok. Jegaysus, would you like to give us a little background on your rise?
My rise.
Rose yesterday.
Oh, sorry, that's tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
We're killing him today.
I'm a little bit early. No, so I'm kind of a little bit different. Sorry, my name is Jegaysus and I'm an atheist. I don't get to say that a lot on my channel because I kind of play it different than a lot of people up here on the panel because I like to challenge people. So to a lot of Christians, I'm a Christian. To like a lot of queer theologists, I'm a queer theologist. To atheists, I'm an atheist. But like, personally, I'm an actual atheist. But I don't tell people that. So like, I came into TikTok literally just to push people's buttons because I get so frustrated. And one of the things when I was growing up in church is watching people not question what people, like in terms of pastors, were telling them. And so I like to raise questions. I like to push boundaries. And I don't care if I'm right. I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm scholarly. I just want to be the person who says, go Google that bullshit. Because if you're not Googling it, if you're not questioning what you're learning, what is that? Your whole religion is just, it's there? You've never read it? You've never thought about it? So my whole point is maybe Jesus is gay. Thank you.
Right down the line from Jegaysus is Baphometal. Baphometal. Go ahead, give him a call.
Tomato.
So Baphometal has just about 10,000 followers. It's okay, because what his content is what I guess defines his TikTok community. So you want to talk a little bit about your content?
I guess you could, in a nutshell, say I don't give a fuck. I'm the one who will rip the pages, and I will make fun of your beliefs that they're stupid. Unfortunately, I don't like to keep people comfortable. I don't care. I will mock people. If you tell me you believe there was a zoo boat in a flood, I will make fun of you for that. I also do counter-apologetics. I will challenge people's beliefs, and people tend not to like me because I make them feel uncomfortable. And that's why I don't have as many followers, because I keep getting banned as well. I'm on account number 6, 7, who knows?
I tried to look.
I don't know. But I started TikTok, I think, as a joke, like people say. I started as a joke. I got bored one day, and my friend gives me his phone, and he's like, look, here's TikTok, like little kids, I was like, okay. And then I started doing videos of random stuff, but then I found Jeff one time. It's all his fault. I found Jeff being his troll, and I'm like, oh, I like what he's doing here. He's being a troll, so I'm gonna start doing stuff like that. So he was my inspiration, actually. And yeah, here we are in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's so fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's humid. It's humid.
So down at the end, we have Lilith.
And the last thing I was going to say, sorry, and then I met her on TikTok, and we started a podcast called the Burning In Podcast. So there's that. how she dresses every day to work.
So, finally we have Mel on TikTok. She's known as Mel Tree Fitty. She's awesome. She is what we know as a baby atheist, and we wanted to bring her on here because she is very active in the TikTok community, but she is also part of the podcast, which is a big deal. So, Mel, you want to introduce yourself and give a little bit of a background on what content you create?
Hi, I'm Mel. I'm a problem. I'm just as, actually, you know what, I think I'm more chaotic than you, Bev. I was deemed chaotic evil for those DC players, but I'm an ex-Christian. I grew up in the church. I taught Sunday school to 5-year-olds, and I was a very quiet kid growing up. I actually had a stutter growing up, so I was super, super quiet. I'm learning so much from everybody here. Yes, I do blame Jeff for this heathenry here. But I love this community, except for Beth. But I have learned so much, and I love all you heathens. And I would never have thought, as a child, I would be on a panel, public speaking. And yeah, that's me. I mean,
we love you.
So a quick note before we continue. I'm just going to have Mel, every time you talk, if you could just shift. it'll put your mouth towards your mic. That's my only comment. Now, I know Captain isn't on this, but I wanted to go ahead and give you his current follower count, which is at 431,000. Just so that you guys know. The weirdo that's up here, you've heard him speak a few times. I don't know if you remember him. It's okay. He's not that memorable. It's fine. So I just wanted to throw out there, we reach a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds, and we all come from different avenues of an origin, all kind of concluding within this atheism bubble, but not necessarily advocating for atheism. We're just advocating for the idea of free thought and critical thinking, yes? So how does your content change or activate? How does your content apply to activism, and how does that activism get leaked into the community? I mean, whoever wants to answer first, if you have a good answer, go for it. I will still be timing this 3 minutes apiece.
I really loved what Madison Page was talking about on, I think, Friday morning, making this more about a cultural shift and helping people change their values. We can't deconvert, we can't make everyone an atheist, but we can challenge them to think critically. We can help them get over their fear of hell, which is a huge thing. So I've tried to create more of a safe space. You'll see we have different spaces we create, and I love it because then I can send people to Jeff. But I try to create a safe space for people that are still believing or are questioning and don't want to feel pressure to let go of certain things yet, but do want to progress in their beliefs. And I know that gets a bit controversial because we want to see them fully embrace truth and let go of things that they don't have any backing for. But I do think sometimes for some people, it was for me, it's a slow burn deconverting, and we need to feel safe first and comfortable enough to ask questions. So that's what I do.
I'm a very hard-headed individual, and so
No.
as a so you mix a hard-headed individual with a theology like Catholicism that claims to have this absolute authority, and put those two together, and you have someone that truly believes that they're more important than other people because you have the right religion and whatever. So I want to be the person that grabs me as a kid and slaps the shit out of them and says, like, what the hell are you talking about? Have you read this book? Read your Bible. Read the theology. You don't necessarily read the terms and conditions for iTunes when that updates. Please read the terms and conditions to Christianity before you sign your eternity to it. At least read it. That is basically how I hope to help some of these people that blindly follow without questioning things. So, you know, when I found out that the religion choice that I had been given by my parents was maybe not the correct one, what else am I wrong about? Am I wrong about race? Am I wrong about gender? Am I wrong about patriarchy? Like, what else could I be wrong about? And I think most of those things were shattered in my early 20s. I grew up here in Atlanta, in Marietta. I went, you know, my parents were predominantly Catholic conservatives, so those values imparted themselves onto me, and it wasn't until I moved to Denver, and, you know, I had people there that were like, yeah, you're kind of wrong about these things, and here's why. And then I realized, like, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, and I should pay attention. So I wanted the people that are hard-headed, that need to be shook, you know, and say, hey, like, pay attention. Sometimes you have to be a little aggressive in your approach to get them to interact with you. So different, you know, I think we have different ways to reach more people.
Excellent, excellent. I would also like to go ahead and say that. Go ahead. Yeah. Build his ego. It's not like it's already huge. No. I wanted to go ahead and say really quick that atheism does not endorse, because we are live. For those of you that don't know, TikTok can go live and we can see things as they're happening. But yeah, atheism does not endorse shaking babies and or anyone else.
It's situational.
I was going to say, if Jesus says it's okay. Jegaysus, what is your feeling on the subject?
I mean, yeah, no shaking babies. What were we talking about? Okay.
Want to reach the
What's the activism?
So, my activism started basically because I was, I would say traumatized. Like, religious trauma is a real thing. Growing up gay in the church, especially in the evangelical church, was not the best. I would say don't do it if you don't have to. So what I get every single day, I started actually on TikTok with a political account. And the 2020 election, I was talking about like Democrats versus Republicans, yada yada. And the one comment I kept on getting is like, you look like Jesus, but like gay.
It's hard to believe, I know.
And I was like, well, let's roll with that. So I made a whole entire account about it. But like, why? I got out of the church when I was 16. So for me, I didn't realize it was going to be so healing. And I didn't realize there were so many other people that needed that weird space where I represent a queer Jesus that they've never seen represented before, which is weird and dumb, and a lot of people are deconstructing. They don't necessarily believe Jesus is gay. They don't believe Jesus is a person. Some of them are mythicists, but like at the same time, seeing somebody be proud and gay and wearing eye makeup is the first time they've ever felt like they were represented in the church, the same church that hurt them. And the reason I continue to do it is because I get messages from people who were suicidal, people who've been kicked out and homeless, and just queer in whatever way they are, whether that's gay or trans or however that is, and I guess I help them and I don't understand it. I still am just a person, but I can't imagine it any other way.
All right, Baph.
Your turn, Baph.
How do you feel about your activism?
You would call it activism. I was born and raised in Peru, a very Catholic country where you can see the hegemony left and right. There's the Jesus crucifix where the judge is next to the gavel. Did I teach you everything I said? What I was saying is that religion is very ingrained in the government in Peru, right? So when I came here when I was 13, I started noticing not necessarily the same way. It's very like underhanded in a way. They say there's separation of church and state, bullshit. We all know that it's very much up there, right? So and I start seeing white nationalism. I start seeing the hate that is fueled by religion. And so to me, on top of that, all the abuses of the Catholic Church that I started noticing when I was younger. And then I became a social worker, so I started learning about the effects that people, like oppressed people, like Native Americans, people of color, you can trace back to, oppression caused by beliefs like religion. Like we have the manifest destiny, right? The expansion of the country based on a belief in a God. So all of those things, in my head are like religion sucks. So that's the way I present my content, by holding a giant mirror so people can see the hypocrisy of religion, so that they can see how ridiculous some of these beliefs are. And that's the approach I take, so that they can see it for themselves, rather than me necessarily pointing it out. Sometimes I'm just staring at the camera and there's a comment of whatever they're commenting with funny music in the background, so that they can see the bullshit for themselves. So that's the way I do it. Also, ridiculing something and mockery, I think, has an effect, because you are chipping away some of the power that religion, has. And also, it takes away that fear that people are taught to have of these beliefs. So I don't believe anything is holy. I don't believe in anything like that, so that's the way I see it. So does that make sense? Yeah.
So, Mel, I know you're a baby atheist, and I am actually going to ask you a little bit of a different question. I'm just going to throw this at you.
Okay.
Not to make you nervous or anything. But, so you and Baph work a lot together when it comes to your podcast. Can we talk about how your podcast brings atheism to the people? Like how does your podcast work with activism? Like what do you guys do to bring it?
Yeah. Sorry. So our main goal was to basically expose the church, expose religion, by interviewing people about their stories and how much bullshit is in the church and trauma that happens. So that was our main goal, I would think. And it's going really well. We have learned so much, the different stories that we've heard. But I'm having a great time learning. I want to hug every single one that have been interviewed. We've interviewed a lot of our friends and everybody, I think, here. Yeah. So for you, NattieGnat, you're next. We just really wanted to expose the bullshit and the trauma that happens in the church, and just help people heal and see that there is, you can do therapy, you can work through your problems, your traumas, and stuff like that. So I love doing the podcast. I guess.
Regarding the podcast, each individual story, for me personally, has opened my eyes to see the damage that religion can have on a person's life, and how much, power it takes away from somebody. So every time we interview someone, we learn so much from a person's story, from their perspective.
That's good. So I kind of want to talk about bullshit. Yeah, so when you're on TikTok, you deal with trolls. Shocking, I know. But those trolls that come across your pages, the people that come across your pages, how do you feel about the followers, the non-followers, those that you're reaching, even if they're not part of your, community within TikTok? How do you feel about educating them and how educated they are on who you are? How do you handle this?
Can I start this one?
Fuck yeah, you can start this one.
So I was thinking about this the other day, right? So I have 230,000 followers or whatever, and Jesus had 50. People that like me follow me. I'm actually probably 3 times more famous, because there's also a lot of people that hate me. And
on top of that, we have more documentation for your existence.
I'm just saying, I'm a little bit more famous than Jesus Christ. The end.
No, that's not the end. That's not the end, and this is why. Because I'm going to brag for a second for you. Those of you that don't know, Jegaysus was on the show Community. Yes.
She brings us up and Glee. she brings this up all the time.
I do, because I'm proud of you for being extra on the show. That's right. You can see Jesus on Community.
Jesus of Nazareth was not on any television shows documenting history.
But Jesus of Bethesda was.
Correct.
Sorry, I had to bring it up because I'm very proud of Matt for actually going after being an actor and actually getting in it.
I will say, as a professional troll, if you would like to know how to aggravate trolls on your accounts, all you need to do is delete their comments and then claim you're not deleting their comments.
Excellent advice from a troll.
If they use an ad hoc morality argument like, my God gives me morality, then I say, cool, my neighbor's God, he gives me morality, and he told me what you just said is wrong. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, yeah, but you need to prove your God exists. No, you got to prove, use the same thing they use. It's quite effective. And if all else fails, delete their comments and pretend you're not.
I've done that many times. There was one where it took a whole week for this guy to go back and forth, and there was like 200 comments in one thread. And then I just deleted the first one. And then he commented back, where's my comment thread? I don't know what you're talking about.
They need your platform to speak. And when they've shown that they're going to be dishonest, or they're just there to aggravate and gaslight other people and do that thing, the work that they put in to do that is now removed. And they have to start over again. So, and they're not, the winning for me would be getting blocked. So if you block me, I win. But if you continue to make me work and not acknowledge me, I'm upset.
So I actually am going to ask Eve a little bit of a different question, just kind of alter it. Being on TikTok means that you have to confront bullying a lot. There's a lot of online bullying, and Eve is, the way I see her content, the way I see her is not necessarily a person, because like in person she's different, but like the image that she possesses when she's online, she has this big sister, I want to come to you for advice type of feel. And she gets bullied for it. Not just because of what she's giving out, but because she's a woman and because she's an atheist. And I want her to talk on that a little bit. Like, how do you handle that kind of abuse?
Bullying me in the comments here now.
I know, right?
Yeah, it is really interesting. All of the white Christian men that love to stitch my videos, which if you don't know TikTok, you can stitch someone's video. So if someone will make a video, you can take a piece of it and respond to it and make your own video where it has a clip of it. So that happens to me a lot. I keep mine open because I want people to be able to respond and say stuff, even though a lot of the Christians don't do that for theirs. But so I go through phases where I just like block because my account gets on the verge of being banned, which we've all experienced. But in general, I kind of love when they do that because they always sound dumb and angry. I'm really calm and chill in my videos. And then this guy, so it'll show like a little clip of me, and then this guy's like, well, actually, Jesus really said this and blah. And you're like, okay, you're making yourself look worse, but continue. And what's really cool is their followers will now all go to my page. And I love that because then they go and they have to watch my content. They have to watch my videos that are bringing up really good questions. Yeah, and I have had so many people say, hey, so I hate watched you for a couple of weeks, and then I followed you, and now like I have a couple of questions because this brought up this, and so it's actually, I like the bullying because it means that it's sending more people my way.
So yeah, I wanted to ask you like a little different because you have a different experience.
Yeah, when you are not a straight white male on TikTok, you get targeted in a very different way, and it makes them really emotional and irrational, which is so interesting.
So
we know that
we know
other
that
races are just too emotional in other
I'm
generations.
a very straight white male.
Yeah, you guys are the really chill ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually brings me to the next question that I want to, and I guarantee you Jegaysus is going to jump on this one. He's like,
that sounds like a bet.
I want to talk about how we're going to bring the diversity into the community of atheism, and I want to talk about how the avenues that we take are different, and we want them to meet in the same place. So, what are each of you doing to embrace ethnicities, to embrace races, to, like, I don't like the word race, but to embrace ethnicities and to embrace the queer people and to embrace women? I don't know, fucking dogs and shit as well.
So, I feel like this is a very complicated subject, and it's something that we have a group chat, not that y'all are in on it, I'm sorry, but we have a group chat.
I'm actually not on it, it's a lie. We have a group chat, I just hear it from him.
You're not in the group, okay, that's a different story. But, anyways, I feel like there's a huge problem, actually, and I feel like I advocate for this in between, like, our personal friend group all the time. Is like, there's not enough people of color, even in our inner conversational places, especially, like, black atheists and non-believers are extremely underrepresented. I feel stupid because I'm, like, only a quarter black, and I can't represent black people because I'm white, color-wise. But I feel like there's a huge silent crowd out there, and I keep on meeting more and more people, even on TikTok, and it feels like they're more silenced because they don't have the same support. They don't have, I don't know what it is. It feels almost like it's a cultural thing where, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I would like there to be a better one. And I feel like every time people stand up, there's some really great creators out there like Tyler and Shell the Heretic,
Sunny.
Black Atheist Rand, and they don't get the same kind of exposure. And I feel guilty for like my following because like they have great viewpoints that aren't getting the same kind of exposure. And it's because TikTok's kind of fucking racist.
TikTok is racist.
You've had some stuff to discuss on this.
What's really frustrating is, so you can duet someone's video, which is basically your way of saying, like, I saw this video, I want you guys to see it now on my platform. Anytime I duet a person of color, my views plummet.
Yep.
It is really, really frustrating. And there are just a lot of racists on TikTok. They will go report their stuff. I mean, I watch my friends that are people of color, and they have a much harder time. And we already have a difficult time on there. So, for those of you that are interested in getting on TikTok, even if you don't want to make content, if you just get on there to help back up these voices and to report the racists that are, they create discords like where they have chats and they will target creators and have their accounts totally taken down because there's not enough of us to make up for it. So that is my pitch for why you should get on TikTok.
I think it could be as easy as every time you see a person who's a person of color, it is a non-believer, just give them a follow, comment on their video. It triggers the algorithm, and it'll pop up more and more, and that's the way we could support each other. But there is a reason why they have more followers than me being a brown person. I think it has to do because with TikTok itself being a little racist. So just saying, just letting you know. It is a bit racist. I've seen it be also very transphobic.
Yes.
I don't see any trans non-believers really on my page, but I know there's some out there, and I wish I could see more, but this app just doesn't show them to you. They don't push their content out. There was a point in which my videos were booming, but now I get like 200-300 views sometimes, so it's pretty crazy.
It's a weird up and down thing. I kind of want down. I want to discuss the organization, not TikTok as an organization. I want to talk about atheism and getting organized on social media, getting organized within within the convention. The fact that we have this panel is like a huge leap forward into the future. So what do you guys kind of see going forward within social media and within your own platforms, and how would you like to the future to kind of change within the atheist community? How do you want to organize us so that we can be on the same page?
There's nothing in common with other atheists as a requirement.
No.
Other than the lack of belief in a deity. You guys live your lives. You know, go to school, you play sports, you have hobbies, and at the same time you're atheist. I think one of the biggest downfalls to atheism, as far as being recognized, is most of the atheists in the world don't care to get involved. Why should they? They just left organized religion. They don't want to join another one. So showing people that atheism can be normalized, and taking that and normalizing it, makes it easier for people to see that it's a viable option, to identify.
Would you say that atheism is kind of on par with being within a queer community, how it is part of your identity and not a chosen path?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's a belief necessarily. So, like, for example, Seth Andrews is here, and his book Deconverted was one of the first books I read when I was finally admitting to myself that I didn't believe in a God. And he's got a whole chapter in there about terminology and how atheism, it doesn't garner a lot of support in Congress or in politics because we're not organized. Like, there's not a universal term for this that we all identify as. So I think that's an issue. I don't know what the solution is, other than if you are an atheist and you identify that way, show people that you exist. Like Eve, she's the opposite of what a lot of these evangelicals are told in church that atheists are. And if we're not here to correct those stereotypes, then that's what they believe. And I mean, it's many times that you shock the hell out of them. I know a lot of us do charity events and things like that. Every time I've ever done a charity event, I'm the only atheist there because it's a bunch of Christians that are there. And when you tell them you're an atheist, they're just like, why are you here? And, why would you do this? As if, helping people wasn't the purpose. It was gaining brownie points to, go to heaven. So,
right. So I kind of want everyone to chime in on this with their own future ideology. So absolutely, you can Jegaysus.
So I was actually having this conversation earlier, and I feel like part of my future, which I don't know, it sounds like a big goal, but I think everyone as atheists need to become a lobbying power. Like the fact that we have the moral majority taking over since the 70s and pushing the evangelical Catholic superpower coalition for anti-abortion, anti-gay marriage. We should organize as atheists. And I understand that we're not all on the same page and we're not all the same people. We have different walks of life, but I think we need to be more organizational. We need to get out, we need to march, we need to make policy, we need to lobby, we need to do shit. So, moral majority, I don't know, but that's how I feel.
We really need to stop focusing on the differences between each of us as atheists, and we need to focus on the common goal to move and progress into what we want to see this country become. There's so much that we can do, and we aren't simply because one of us might not agree with one thing about another of us, and we just need to look past that and keep moving forward. Steve, what do you want to talk about?
You know, my whole thing that I'm constantly terrified of is Christian nationalism. My family kind of wrote the book on Dominion theology that's currently going around right now. Dominion theology, it's Christian nationalism. It's the idea that Christians should rule the world and, take over the government, entertainment industry, media, all of that. And so I think that's why social media is so important, because Christians are showing up in a really organized way. We were talking about, there's 18-year-old content creators that are being groomed to set their lighting up the right way and cry and invoke emotion and play the songs and manipulate a bunch of other 18-year-olds into being terrified of hell and motivated to go out there and win souls. So if we're not debunking that propaganda and, like I say, bringing comfort and debunking the fear behind it, they're going to keep winning. So I just would like to see us get more organized for that alone. If we could at least all agree that we don't want Christian nationalism, I think that would be helpful.
Yes.
Agree on one thing, guys. One. I'm going to jump to Mel because I feel like I keep ignoring her because she's all the way at the end. Mel, talk to me, girl. What do you want to see in the future? What do you want to see atheism and all that become?
I would really love to see an atheist president.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime, but you know what?
2020.
Yeah, I'm being right in that, so it's that.
One thing that they were talking about has to do with what we have in common as atheists is, yes, the lack of belief. The one thing is that a lot of people do not pay attention to is that when they deconstruct their faith, they don't deconstruct other toxic traits. They don't deconstruct from the patriarchy, they don't deconstruct from the racism, they don't deconstruct from the transphobia, from all of those little things. You know, just because you're in this group and you don't believe in God, we also want you to deconstruct from the other things as well. So we need to work towards that point, that goal as well. We need to look at it from an intersectionality point of view.
Yes. So it's at this time, and I told them I would organize this as well as I could. I've kind of brought up some of the topics that we wanted to discuss. We've only talked about them for 3 minutes apiece. I'm still going to keep them to that answering method. However, if anyone has any questions regarding social media, anyone has any questions regarding TikTok itself, any personal questions that they want, like they want Jegaysus' phone number, that's fine.
I am single.
He is single. But yeah, if you guys want, I'm kind of opening up the podium. Who has a question? We have a question right there. Yell it. Let me hear it.
If you are looking to sort of start an advocacy and content on TikTok, very specific question. How would you sort of, do you guys have any tips for how to create an introductory video to kind of help move your page along where you want to be?
How do you introduce yourself to a platform?
Rip books.
I like
That was one of the first things I did.
That's a side note. We can talk about the banning and
I did origami with the Bible. I made a little bird that flaps the wings, and I said it was the Holy Spirit.
I ripped and licked Bibles, as you do, and they were not happy with it.
So get in before I get started. Right?
Yeah. If you make content that is important to you, so be it, everyone's going to have a specific thing from their background that's unique to you. Somebody out there is going to be going through something similar that you're going through, and you're going to find them by being genuine. So be genuine, make content that's interesting to you. The audience will come. You don't need to bend your content to meet them. Let them meet you, and then that way you have a genuine kind of flow. You're not pretending, if that makes sense.
Can I interrupt? I think you should lead with sex. So, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if you want to do, the Song of Solomon, that's a good one. If you want to talk about, maybe washing feet is just a euphemism for fucking, blowjobs, that's good. Just always go sex, because that'll stop people in their tracks and they're going to let. It doesn't matter if it's about the Bible or religion, just I like sex, and just stare at the camera for 5 seconds. People will listen. And you're like, thanks, bye. That's the introduction.
There you go.
So,
Jegaysus 2024.
Yeah. I'm actually going to answer this myself. I didn't really introduce myself. I'm NattieGnat. I am CaptianDadpool's co-host on our YouTube. I come from a science background. My atheism is purely data and scientific based. I believe what I can see, can discuss, and can observe. What I wanted to talk about when it comes to introducing yourself on social media is I made a statement that was both controversial and also forward thinking, and it was less than 10 seconds the video was, and it hit over, I think I'm sitting at 3 million views now on it. I don't have a whole lot of following, but it reached a lot of people. And all I said, I was in Murrieta, California. It's the first time I've ever been in California, outside of an airport. And it was a Walmart that had solar panels over the parking lot. And I was like, wow, capitalism at its finest, actually using the tax dollars to support the environment. Everybody went fucking mad. I pissed off and enraged so many people because I complimented Walmart for doing something environmentally friendly. I don't know what I did. I did not actually jump into any of the conversations, but it was just a weird controversy that I was complimenting capitalism on something that was inherently it's something that you normally have to like push for. It's like, I don't know anything about that Walmart. Hell, maybe the neighborhood was like, yeah, you should do this. And so they forced them to do it. I don't know. I just wanted to compliment something that was in the right direction, at least in my opinion. But yeah, do we have any other questions, or did you guys want to say anything else? I got a question for Just Jeff. Just Jeff. Okay, we got a question for Just Jeff.
Yeah. Hey Jeff, I've been a fan of yours.
This is Pasta Mike. He has a YouTube channel called Normalizing Atheism. You guys should follow it.
I didn't even fucking know it was you. I'm sorry. Hi, Pasta.
He's known as the Atheist Godfather.
Hey Jeff,
it's a gluten-free pasta.
I've been a fan of yours since you catfished me in 2019. Hey, do you think that beliefs deserve respect?
Not unless they demonstrate a reason that they believe. Like I don't respect beliefs that call for my death. I don't respect beliefs that are incorrect. I don't even know. I don't know. Fuck that. No.
I'm gonna go against. No, wait. I'm gonna go against what you said because he believed that question was only for Jeff, and I'm absolutely going to tell. I know others want to talk about whether or not
which belief trumps another. Your belief is better than my belief? Why is your belief better than mine? So yeah, my belief is more respectful because it's mine. By the way, Jesus is a trans lizard, and if you guys didn't know that, you're wrong.
We're here not to spread lies.
Can you prove it
but
isn't?
That's my belief, and therefore it's right.
So I think no, because you need to get a respectable religion first. For me to read.
But you can be I guess you could be a respectful person. Like you could respect a person, but you don't have to respect their belief. You know what I mean? I would never say you don't deserve to. I would say your belief system needs support.
You attack the idea,
but you shouldn't be burning.
No, it's attack the idea, not the person. Using the idea as a base for a discussion is more important than finding the person and finding their flaws.
Hate the sin, love the sinner.
Yeah. Yes, I have one right here.
So my question to y'all is, there's a lot of younger atheists joining the community. A lot of kids deconstructing, teenagers, etc. Do y'all have any plans of trying to help them segue into atheism?
So what is the what's the action what's the call to action for these younger atheists that are deconstructing? What are we going to do to help them move forward or go through that transition? Also, I want to make a note that the person that just answered it, you're only 20, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so thickness, is it thickness with the sickness? Or sickness of the thickness? Thickness of the sickness.
Thickness of the sickness.
No, she's fucking thick, it's great. Thank you, I am bad at that, keep correcting me.
Just don't do it maliciously, you're okay.
I'm not going
Exactly.
So they are young, they are here, they are working towards activism, and they asked this question. They're also on TikTok, which is big. But go on, let's go ahead and answer their question.
My main concern always with that is safety first, because especially if you're under 18, most of them are still living at home, and a lot because of COVID, a lot, older are still living at home and depending on family members financially. So my goal, again, I keep repeating myself, is just to be a safe space so that they have an outlet, because a lot of times it isn't safe and I don't encourage them to come out. It's great to be authentic, and that's one of my big things, and be yourself, tell everyone everything you can. But when your safety, your financial security is dependent on not having that sort of tension in your life, that's big, which is why TikTok is so important, I think, because it really does give people a sense of community, and it lets them talk about their beliefs and their questioning. But I'm not one to say, you should come out as an atheist if you are younger, because I don't know that always goes well for them. That's fair.
Anyway,
And I think one of the biggest surprises being a creator on the internet was I was not prepared for the messages that you get from other people that are going through a deconversion by themselves, and they don't have someone to reach out to, or they don't have the resources. Like someone, I think Deadpool on your panel earlier, they were saying sometimes they just want someone to talk to. It's not even about religion. Also remember our resources, you know, the Secular Therapy Project, Recovery from Religion. Like these are the places that are professionals and they can offer counseling. I'm not a professional counselor, so why should I try and step into that role? Let's let the professionals do that. But we can help guide them to those resources that they may have not known existed and give them an opportunity then to heal. I know I went through my deconversion by myself in private. It was not great. It's definitely a dark time in my life. And it would have been really nice to know that there was an entire therapy project that I could have taken advantage of. So yeah, use the resources that are there.
Anyone else want to try?
Yeah, creating a community has definitely been something that we, I think, all been part of. When somebody deconverts from a religion that is very focused on a community, and once they leave that religion, they lose that community, and all of a sudden they're alone. From what we've heard, the feedback we've gotten, especially through the podcast, we hear people's stories, how TikTok has become a very good support for them, finding other people who've gone through the same, deconversion process, people who've shared, maybe they've been in a cult, and somebody, oh shit, I've been in the same cult, and then they become friends. There's a lot of support for ex-Mormons, ex-Jehovah's, and us, I'm not necessarily, an ex-Christian or ex-Jehovah or anything like that, but Mel and I doing that podcast, we've learned so much about people's backgrounds that I'm able to empathize with them a little more now. I've gotten a lot of insight on their experiences, and I am able to create more of a welcoming environment for these people who are deconverting, letting them know that we have a community here, you're not alone. I think it's very important.
Yeah, I'm a baby atheist, that's it. Shut up. So I do the best I can, because I do get people who slide into my DMs, saying that they're on the fence about becoming an atheist, they're questioning their beliefs, and I do as much as I can, but then I will send them to either Jeff or Rick or one of the smarter people who know more. But I try my best to help whoever I can. So, yeah.
You have another. J-Mike, is it appropriate? Is it appropriate? Okay.
The comment that Jegaysus said about being told that you look like Jesus really resonated with me. And so I'm wondering if you have the same response as me, that this isn't what Jesus would look like, and bitch, this is the best you're going to get.
Well, okay, so here's the fun thing about that. So
did everyone hear what he said?
Oh, sorry.
No, okay. Allow me to read.
Yes, please.
J-Mike, can you turn and look at the audience? Also, Jackson, please.
Use your diaphragm.
Will you rise and show? So, here's the deal.
So, your statement about people telling you that you look like Jesus really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And I noticed, presumably with the man here to my left.
Sure.
We've never met, but
Jackson. His name's Jackson. He's also on TikTok.
So I wonder if you have the same type of response, which is that this is not what Jesus would have looked like,
right.
And bitch, this is the best you're going to get.
Yeah, it's a really under-talked about problem that I think we should probably have Sarah McLaughlin sing about. But here's the fun part, because I snap back at those people, because it's kind of funny. I did drop it in earlier that I am a quarter black. So I'm like, I'm a quarter black and a quarter Jewish, and this is probably the closest you're going to get to Jesus, because he's going to be a Mizrahi Jew living in the north of Africa, and I'm Nigerian.
Hello.
And, I'm gay, just like Jesus would be again.
Again.
Yes!
Gay men!
We'll end this session in prayer. I will be ending this session in prayer if you guys want to stick around.
Gay men shirts are available at
Let's see.
Jegaysus.
Do we have questions with to my left?
Becky, hey Becky.
Yes. Yes. Were any of us on different platforms prior to TikTok?
No, the man did it, got us stuck on TikTok.
I think it was a lot of us came to TikTok by accident, and so, or out of sheer boredness.
Yeah, I was bored.
And then I know for me, I was immediately inundated with Christian videos, and I was like, what is this bullshit? Well, and I had just deconverted, maybe a year or 2 years prior, and I had started reading, Bart Ehrman books, Seth Andrews books, watching shows, and starting to get my ground under me. And so seeing this stuff and just how absolutely just asinine the arguments were, I couldn't stay away. I had to argue. So, and then, these guys found it. And so they got to argue too.
So actually I have an answer for this. So everybody up here didn't have a platform prior to TikTok. They all kind of ended up on that platform. But I actually did have a platform. It just was an unexpected one. I had a platform at universities to talk about to talk about and do STEM lectures. I did a lot of archaeological and geological discussions regarding that flat Earth wasn't real, and that there wasn't an overall, a worldwide flood and things like that. It's just because universities like having people come talk about things, especially Christian universities that don't realize I'm going to come in there and wipe out their understanding of it. So I get invited, and a lot of times I would get invited. It was interesting. I saw a question over here. Yes. Hi.
Who are you?
Hi.
Please introduce yourself.
Please introduce yourself and tell us your question.
Yeah. You guys don't know me, I know.
Never seen you. Yeah, this whole section.
We don't follow each other.
This is Rachel. Her handle is IBlameBill.
I have just a quick question for you. I know that there are many people with a first-timer button on who are also here largely maybe from TikTok. And I'm curious if any of you guys see any of your followers interested in things like the American Atheist Convention next year, because they're seeing what's happening right here. How influential do you think you are to bringing new people here?
How influential?
There are 2 lives happening.
How many people are here because of TikTok?
I was going to say, let's raise our hand. How many people are here because just because of TikTok?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you there's more simply because they're just out there. We don't have the full convention over here.
Our comment sections are full of people right now. They're like, wait, what? I didn't know about this. I didn't know questions.
So I'm going to. Oh no, I need.
Do live questions.
I'm going to do a live question, if that's okay with you guys. Who else had a question up here while I'm looking for? No, okay. You, Sickness. Oh, sorry, Correa had a question. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I have a podcast. Everyone listen. Unholy Trinities, but TRINI-T.
But I suffer from severe depression, and not just where and then I also have physical health issues, and it makes it really difficult because I can be functionally depressed, and then there's the non-functioning depression, and I'll have ideas for TikToks, and I just I don't make them, and then it's too late, I didn't make it, and so I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about as mental health as a creator, and for people who maybe want to start but are going through the
This brings up a really, really big problem with it. Well, this brings up a big topic, and we're down to almost 10 minutes. Correa.
Can I touch on it briefly?
Very quickly.
Because I think that's why she knows I struggle with depression as well.
Everybody up here has some sort of mental health issue.
We are all fucking crazy people.
We're all fucking crazy people. Half of us dedicated. It's a thing.
The number one rule is, at least for me, the number one rule is I need to always say, I have ideas, I have a whole notes app, I write them down. And when I don't feel like it, I don't record. And it's not something I need to force myself to do. I do it because I enjoy it, and as soon as I feel like I need to go to sleep, or as soon as I feel like I don't want to fight 15-year-olds in comments, I don't post, because my mental health is first, and it's weird to try to force myself to post. But that being said, when I do have a manic episode, I can record like 20 TikToks in advance and then post those 20 TikToks in the next 2 weeks. Because I'm like, I had a good day today, my hair looks great, so let's do 20 in a row. And then I know when I'm down, I can just already have them lined up.
And there's nothing wrong with therapy.
Oh yeah, that's
Secular therapy project is fantastic.
Therapy's good.
Yes. I had definitely been being attacked by a certain religious group at one point in time. Don't go there. When I found out that I was like, I should probably get therapy for this. And then 30 minutes into my first therapy session, I found out that my therapist is of that religion. So I'm not exactly going to share everything with her openly, but a secular therapy project actually allowed me to find a therapist who's a ex-evangelical Methodist. And so her and I get along really well, and she was able to give me some great coping mechanisms. There's nothing wrong with therapy. It's pretty normal.
I'm going to answer an online question that I just saw, but before I do, because everyone's online, I wanted to just go ahead and state that I believe the 2023 Atheist Convention is going to be in Phoenix. Is that right? Yes? Yes. Okay. It's going to be in Phoenix, people. So TikTok, if you want to do a group meeting, we can absolutely do a workshop with TikTok. We can do a workshop on social media in general. Where's the board? I feel like we need to have a discussion about this. But yeah, so there was a lovely question just now on Jeff's. Jeff doesn't normally get good questions. He normally gets a lot of trolls that pop in and like to kind of troll him back, which he then finds reasons to troll them. But there was a nice question up there. And I think it's going to be fun to end with a funny thing, just because we are down to less than 10 minutes. Can everyone give me the worst argument anyone has ever given you for you being an atheist and why that's wrong?
You go first.
Like the dumbest one you can think of.
So,
on social media, not just in person, but like actually via TikTok.
Oh gosh, I get like the worst. They're all the same is the problem.
That's okay.
You didn't really believe.
I mean,
Yeah.
the worst is,
Yeah, you weren't a
this is
believer.
like, we've all heard this one, but the like, look at the trees. I'm like, I am. I see them. I love them too. And, but it's really the same. That's what's kind of nice about TikTok is it doesn't take a lot of, you don't have to really know a whole lot to be able to argue back with these people.
No.
It's the same arguments over and over again. It's good practice. So don't be afraid to get on there. It's a good way to practice your activism too.
Jeff, what's your worst one?
It's going to be Pascal's wager without knowing Pascal's wager.
Yeah, when you don't understand that the argument's already been made.
Or you're too dumb to understand God's holy word that he gave to everyone. It's also a perfect book. That's a good one.
You just want to sin.
You just want to say.
It's all about sex. It's just about sex.
You want to have premarital sex is a good one.
Jesus. Jegaysus.
You can call me Jesus, it's okay.
Okay.
No, my favorite, I mean, y'all can guess, Jesus isn't gay. But more importantly, it's just when they just drop Leviticus like 18:22 in the chat, just like no other context, just Leviticus 18:22. I'm like,
Please explain.
yeah, we know. Okay, that's a verse. That's not a fucking argument. Like, get over yourself. You're not making a statement here. But they think they're so smart. They can repeat verses.
Yeah? No, they're so smart for
So
memorizing.
smart.
Yeah, bravo. Snaps for them. Baph.
Any type of circular argument when they say the Bible is evidence for the Bible.
Yeah.
And how do you know? Well, it says it on the Bible.
I don't think you need to elaborate. We've all been there.
No. Yeah.
Well, how do you know?
No? Look at the mic. There's so many to them. Oh, yeah. Can you see your brain?
Yeah.
The best one. Can you see air? Can you see your brain? Can you see the wind? Yeah, you see the wind.
Oh, you can feel it.
So I just wanted to answer it because that was on live. I just wanted to, because TikTok encourages you to discuss and communicate with the people watching your lives. So I just figured you should do it. Yeah, no, not that guy. Don't ignore that guy. Fuck that guy.
Actually, yes.
No, yes. I actually have an answer for it too. Whenever I talk about entropy and I talk about physics, people are always just like, yeah, but nature's beautiful. I'm like, have we talked about parasites yet? I don't know if any of you follow Forrest Valakai or science teacher.
Yeah.
He's becoming very fast one of my favorite people. And he will scientifically name off a list of 10 parasites that are his favorite, like immediately. If you ever go to one of his lives, he does lives on Sundays. He's a blast on that. So we still have 5 minutes left. Let's go ahead. Yes.
I have a very important question.
Very important question.
How many drafts do you guys have?
You guys want to look at your phones real quick and see how many drafts?
25.
You only have 25?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I post everything something up after.
So my concern is at any given time my account will get
You're so bad for this.
and I lose access to the drafts.
I
So
think it's 23. It's not that many.
I have like 6, because I just post on
I'm so bad.
I got 10.
oh my god.
How many?
I thought I was
Jesus. How many do you have?
I think 25.
Oh, fuck, no.
I thought that was a low amount.
That is a low number.
For those that don't know drafts, you can make videos and then save them in your drafts and then upload them as you please.
I have 241.
You have what?
I have 241 drafts.
Nice.
Yeah, I probably.
She has content for the next 10 years, so if you follow NattieGnat.
The only reason why is because anytime I want to promote or discuss a scientific fact, I will make a quick video and I will just notarize what I want to say in it, and then I have to go back, look up my sources, find out what's true, what's not true, go back, refilm what my ideas were, and then I have to edit it to make it sound like I knew what I was talking about at the beginning. So I have 241 drafts, yeah, but I guarantee you at least 200 of them are like done. I just need to like edit. And the thing is, like, I don't think very hard on this. I know it sounds like I do a lot of work for it, but it's very minimal and hard thinking. Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks for the encouragement. I will not post on all of them. They won't make it. Yeah, what we got, Randall?
How important is it to be using hashtags in your videos?
Nobody knows, it's a mystery.
Yeah, fucking hell. You don't know.
This guy doesn't use any hashtags and he gets thousands and thousands of views.
What you want to do is take a bucket of water and then throw it all over your floor. That's what he does, and that works. No hashtags.
Yeah, that's what
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I would advise when it comes to TikTok is have a catchy thing. I'm not saying like quippy, I'm not saying like, so Dadpool.
Mine is being homosexual.
Yeah, mine is quirky and homosexual. Dadpool lights his cigarettes with a fucking blowtorch. Because why not? And it's not like a small little like blowtorch, it's a... Eve is gorgeous. Yeah, what do you want to see?
Okay, going on like the niche stuff and like having something special, what are the tags that y'all typically use that are specific to you? Because I know Jegaysus has the Paul one.
I have the what?
What's it?
Cancel. I almost tore off my shirt. I have a shirt. It's built in the merch store. Cancel Paul because Paul the Apostle is the fucking worst. We're about to have actually a live debate April the 19th on the Unholy Trinity YouTube channel because I'm going to win because fuck Paul. No, but like my usual go-to hashtags are like deconstructing Christianity, ex-evangelical, LGBTQIA+, Jegaysus, obviously, and then
FYP.
I don't use. Never use FYP.
FYP gets like.
Never use FYP.
FYP with a smiley face.
So I'm trying to start hashtag why do Christians? Like why do men, but why do Christians want to do stupid shit?
That's good. I think I might start using that. My hashtags are hashtag science, hashtag knowledge, hashtag cite your sources, hashtag Atlantis is a myth. And yeah, you can fight me on that one. I will always say Atlantis is a myth. I will talk about that all day long. I do have one more question, Pray. I love you, but you already had one. Yes.
You got me thinking when you said about Walmart.
Yes. Yes.
Just so you know, it might be a good idea to start hashtag atheist Walmart.
Walmart? Like people of Walmart?
Yeah.
Like atheists of
Yeah.
Walmart? You guys want to have an inside joke? Okay, does everyone want to have an inside joke?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you start putting hashtag atheists of Walmart in your videos, just every single time, we're going to end, it's going to end up being like the AACon 2022. No one's going to know, but we're going to know.
We'll know.
And we'll just let that grow. I like that. I'm going to do that. Anyone who's watching videos right now, I'm going to
You got
What?
on his 18,000 bullying and harassment. Bullying and harassment. This is TikTok, you guys. This is TikTok in real life.
It is perfect timing. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Alrighty. Okay, y'all. Thank you for watching. You just saw Jeff, the atheist troll, get banned live on a live. How ridiculous. We've had such a good time at the Atheist Convention. I know there's been a lot of hate in the comments. I was watching, but thank you, Scotty. Hey, Kazi, I saw you working like a pro. I'm so sorry I couldn't touch things. I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to work this very well, but I've had an excellent time. Everybody has been so welcoming, and I will absolutely be at next year's convention. I hope y'all will come to Phoenix, did they say? 2024? 2023.
Next year.
Yeah, next year, Phoenix. So I hope people plan on coming and we'll enjoy each other's company and bullshit and maybe figure out how we can rally together and make change happen. You literally got banned.
It was like 10 seconds.
Like, what the fuck, dude? We were live streaming and you got banned.
That was great.
Like, what bullshit?
And harassment.
For bullying
You like
harassment,
it?
yeah. Lies. You did great.
I'll win I got my whole thing done, so.
Yeah, but good job. You did excellent. Very, very good. You had a lot of good compliments. There was a lot of hate, not for you,
Look how many
but for
diamonds I got.
Damn, that's awesome.
Is it? I don't know what they are.
I don't know.
I don't know how to get the
it's
money out of
something.
this.
Me neither. Okay, anyway, y'all, good. I hope you come. Eat the pie. Am I following you? Eat the pie? I'm sorry. I try to follow people back. If y'all are following me, I do try to follow people back. Just have to comment and say, hey, follow me. I make content. I get too many followers to know who to follow back. But I love making community and speaking to people. So, yeah, let's become friends and change the world together. We can do it. Jegaysus, you did amazing. You had a lot of good comments. A lot of people said they love you. Yeah, everybody said they love you.
You were live streaming this?
Yes, I was live streaming.
Look at your costume.
Do you like it?
I feel like we should be in the same family.
Yeah, I think we're related.
I think we are.
I think you might have.
Why is your beard better than mine?
Is my beard? Actually, can't really see my beard.
Duck face.
Convention t-shirt to find other people as well. There's lots of bars and restaurants and fun places to hang out.
My ass is so big. All right, y'all. I'm going to say goodbye. All my friends. Oh. Say goodbye. We had a good time. I got to meet my friend finally. Yay, new friends. All right, y'all. I love you. I'll try to do live later. Thank you for watching Ex-Witness Awake. Thank you, Kazi. Thank you, everybody who came. Like I said, comment on. Okay, I gotta go. My battery's gonna die. I gotta go. I don't know what I'm doing.